Welcome to the Healthcare Provider Happy Hour. This is a safe space where we invite healthcare providers to unapologetically be themselves after the working day. My name is Jennifer George, and each week I will connect you with guests and stories that will help transform your stress to success and fulfillment. Are you with me? Grab your drink of choice and let's chat. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthcare Provider Happy Hour. I'm your host, Jennifer George, and I'm joining you this evening with a glass of water. I want to chat with you today about the powerful emotion of fear. What makes fear so powerful is it actually translates in a lot of cases to feeling disabled, right? You become paralyzed by your fears. And when you can't take action on what it is that you want or what you think you want because of the fear that is holding you back or that you've actually embodied, it becomes disabling, right? And if you think of the emotional ladder scale, the very strongest, most powerful, quote unquote, negative emotion is fear. And the most positive one is joy and empowerment and peace. So how do we get there? How do we climb that ladder if that's what it is that we want? I mean, let's be honest, who wants to feel trapped in fear? Nobody really does. But to get unstuck and to get out of that hamster wheel of being in a vicious cycle of fear and then avoiding things because of it that we want to do or that we believe will make us happy is totally draining, right? It's draining. It's also anxiety provoking, and it's overwhelming. So what are ways that we can acknowledge our fears and validate them because they are real, because they're there, but then also acknowledge our hopes and our beliefs and our dreams and our ideal. You know, Nelson Mandela has a quote, and it goes like this: "May your choices reflect your hopes and dreams, not your fears." I want you to think about this for a minute and the power of this quote. So he's basically saying, the way I interpret this, is that many of us base our success and define that, or what it is that we want or who we want to become, based a lot on what we don't want to happen in our lives, right? So our fears. And when that happens, your choices end up being either not taking any action at all, right? You become completely paralyzed, or you find yourself running from situations into other situations that just perpetuate this cycle. And again, it becomes disabling. You become to feel like you're super stuck and you can't get out of it. So while I think it's important to validate your fears because they are real, they are your emotions, they're a part of you, and we don't want to negate that, okay? I also think it's important, just as important, to center ourselves around them and also balance them out with something a little bit more ideal and more hopeful. So for example, I want you to try this exercise out. I want you to write down 3 columns, and on the headers, you're going to have on the far left side fears, and in the middle you're going to have inhale, exhale, and on the far right you're going to have hopes and dreams and ideal. Okay, so for example, let's say you have a fear of not having enough money for a secure financial future. So you write that out, you write your fear out, and then what I want you to do is I want you to center yourself around it. I want you to take a deep breath in, and then a breath out. And then I want you to write your ideal or your beliefs or your dreams, your hopes around that fear. So for example, you might write, I will always have more than I need. Maybe the next one you write is, I don't know if I'm actually good enough to be successful at what I do. Write your fear down. Breathe in, breathe out. And maybe you complement that with, you already know enough, but you're open to learning more. Perhaps another one is that you feel like you are alone and you have a fear of being alone or feeling alone. I want you to breathe in, breathe out, and follow with, I'm never alone. I'm intentionally, divinely guided and cared for by the universe, by God. And perhaps you will list other people who you know deeply care about you. So try this exercise out. I love this exercise because it's uncomfortable, and I love things that make me feel a bit uncomfortable, to be honest. It's just always stretching that comfort zone out a little bit to see kind of what we're made of, right? And not only that, to make enough space for our hopes and our dreams, not just our fears. If you think of your comfort zone right now, think of it for a moment. Let's say, I'm just thinking of this on the cuff right now. So think of your comfort zone, draw a big pie chart, okay? And then I want you to dissect it. Dissect it into your fears and into your hopes, your dreams, and your beliefs. I guarantee that at least 50% is going to be fear. I guarantee it. And it's just the way that we are designed as human beings. It's the way we've evolved. We've always been evolved to be protecting ourselves and be in survival mode, and not so much to see ourselves be in a state of joy and peace and empowerment. It takes a lot more effort to get there. So don't expect this to be a 180, right? So if you are feeling fearful and you do this exercise and you don't feel much different, try it again, okay? And understand that things are incremental. There's other emotions in between the two. There's many others in between the two that you will start to climb up and eventually hopefully reach that level of peace and joy. It might not just be through this exercise, though. It might evolve as you move forward in getting there. So this is one of the things that I do with my clients is, we chat about fear, we validate it, and then we get a little uncomfortable about balancing it out with other more positive emotions, thoughts, dreams, beliefs, and hopes. So let me know what you guys think. Try this exercise, and if you do, take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram at bestobsessedwithjen. Let me know how you felt after doing this. For me, I always feel a little bit better, and I hope you will do the same, and I hope this gives you some value today. And if you want to learn more about my one-to-one coaching, there are 3 spots available. And you can simply just DM me on Instagram. But if you do go to my Instagram at bestobsessed_with_Jen, and you go to my profile, click the link there, and you can apply to work with me. This is by application only. I will do like one-time calls with people who just don't need the ongoing support, but just want to pick my brain and want to chat a little bit about a certain goal maybe that you have in mind that you want to work on, and we could do a nice 1-hour call around what it is that you want to focus on during that call. So if you want to do that, same idea, just DM me, but there's no application for that. So thank you guys so much again for your ongoing support. If you like this podcast, please leave an honest review on iTunes. A 5-star would be fabulous in moving this podcast forward and raising awareness. And thank you guys again. And until we chat next time, remember to stay happy. So if you guys like this podcast, please subscribe and leave an honest review. Your feedback means everything to me. Your reviews are what moves this podcast forward, and I always appreciate receiving them. If you want to get a hold of me directly, reach out to me on social media. My handles are in the show notes, and you can always subscribe to my weekly newsletters at jennifergeorge.co so that we can stay connected. So until next time, thank you guys so much again for your ongoing support.